Hi guys, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you once again for joining me. If you're not a follower, please subscribe to my channel. If you are one of my many followers, please don't forget to thumbs up my videos. There was an unusual event there in Poland, an earthquake, a magnitude 4.7. 38 people reported it to EMSC. Some even wondered if the bombing from the Russian invasion in Ukraine had started there in Poland. Poland does not get earthquakes that often. Lately there has been a few. The largest I have posted here was a 4.8, which was July of 2020. Using Google Earth, here's the location of today's earthquake. And this is the 4.8. And the reason being that they don't get earthquakes there very often is the rock that is in this location and much of Poland was from when the earth originally cooled down, and it was non-volcanic, non-earthquake prone type of geological setting. Here is one report that was sent into EMSC. Translated, it says, thought it was some kind of bombing massacre. Yeah, I'm sure they're all on edge with what's going on there between Russia and Ukraine and the NATO allies. It's just a matter of time before it spills over to Poland. Another report said it was felt strongly. Another one says has not been so shaky for a long time. Yeah, it's a long time in between earthquakes that they get in that location. Another one says single family home was full of compassion in the townships. I don't know. This was scary. Another one, it's been a long time since it shook like that. Jesus. Earthquake in copper mine. Let's see. Earthquake in copper mine. So they all believe that it was at the copper mine. Let's zoom in. All right, here's the 4.7. We got some little stuff, some blocks over here. Oh, that's power lines. And we got a small town over here. Looks more like a farm to me, but I could be wrong. And we got some more little houses over here. Oh, what's this over here? Okay. Yeah, looks like a quarry. Another report from EMSC says, yes, definitely felt strongly. Strong rock burst in the copper basin. It was rocking for a long time. The chandeliers were swinging quite a bit. Here's a paper I found on ResearchGate. Poland is a country of low seismic activity, and the return periods of earthquakes are long. Earthquake catalogs since the 6th century without foreshocks and aftershocks are listed, or is listed. Epicenters of seismic events are distributed mainly in southern Poland, along Sudets and Carpathians, that's the mountain range that they're talking about, and in central and northwestern Poland. Doing a Google search, here's the Carpathians Mountains. Yeah, it stretches up and around Hungary. There you have Romania and Serbia down here. A series of seismic events occurred on November 30th, 2004, with the main earthquake of a magnitude 4.4. What else does it say here? Caused event damaged 2 buildings. Similar events were recorded there in years of 1935 and 1717. Then they talk about Kaliningrad of a magnitude 5 and 5.2 in September the 21st of 2004. So going back to Google Earth, here's the location of the earthquake. This is the one they're talking about in 2004. Military Air Force has a a base there. The Russian military Air Force base, and they evidently got S-400s there. I got that marked for whatever reason when I did that. That was a while ago, long before this latest war between Ukraine and Russia, probably when there was problems with Russia being upset with NATO. And these are the S-400s. I don't know if this has been updated. It says images from 2002. But then it also says October 8th of 2021 when this image. Yeah, they got a lot of weapons there. A lot of weapons. And it looks like there's more down here. Looks like it. I don't know. Let's zoom in and see what they are. Yeah. But I would keep an eye out for more earthquakes. You know, they can create earthquakes. Yeah, when I saw this earthquake there in Poland, that was my thought. Could it have been deliberately caused? Or was it just a coincidence that this earthquake happened? Yeah, you just don't know in this day and age. Yeah, so when they got this earthquake, yeah, they were probably wondering if it was bombing because they get so few of them there. USGS gave it an intensity level of 6. Says it was felt by everybody. Many frightened and ran outdoors. Falling plaster, chimneys would have fallen, and small damage. So there definitely is going to be damage in some of those homes there. Here on EMSC, they have the 36 felt reports. It almost looks like a line going from northwest to southeast. There is one over here, Liberec, and it says 100 kilometers, which would be 60 miles. And Katowice, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's probably about 190 miles southeast. So if you felt it or you have family there that felt it, yeah, I would like to have information about what it felt like. What did it sound like? How long did it last? How did your animals react prior to it? Did you feel dizzy before the earthquake? Things like that. Please put that information down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for following me. Thank you very much for your support. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.